All right, what's going on, you guys? What's going on? Welcome to tonight's market breakdown analysis. I just got done posting on TikTok and stuff, and I was just talking to them about it. But over here, I said to y'all again, right? Like the Nets. First of all, this past week, fire, fire. Monday was a little rocky just because we had to finally get that nice downtrend push before it started giving us like our buy opportunities and our sell opportunities with cleaner setups. But last week was pretty fire on the charts. This week on the charts, though, I'm expecting even better market conditions. Why? Because we have a lot of major news coming out. We have all of our red folders, all of our orange folders, aka all of our CPIs, our PPIs, our unemployment claims. Let me see. Was there anything else I'm missing? But core retail sales, the U of M consumer sentiment. That's just this week, right? So that's like literally first level one of the markets showing us the perfect setup. Then the following week, so after this week, next week, the week after, we had the French flash manufacturing PMIs for the euro. Then you got it again for French. Then you got the German flash manufacturing. Then you had the main refinancing rates, monetary policy statements. Then you have unemployment claims, flash manufacturing PMI for the U.S. Then you have new home sales. Then you have retail sales. All of the big news that make US 30, that makes the YM, that makes the NQ go for 200-point moves, 300-point moves, 500-point moves, is based off of this data that's getting ready to drop within these next 2 weeks. So what that means for you guys is there's going to be a lot of opportunity to make money. So there will be no need for you to rush setups, no need to rush certain trades or force a trade that isn't there, because all you gotta do is let the market get volatile, let the liquidity come into the market, and then you can actually adjust, right? So that kind of takes me into my next point before I actually give y'all the breakdown for today. As you guys know, or for those that don't know that's finding me for the first time, every Monday I'm releasing some form of the Funded Academy series, which is a series that I created for my actual academy, to teach people how to pass funded account challenges and just different pros and tips of what I use to pass funded account challenges on a consistent basis. Currently, I'm doing a series through TouchStep because that is the main platform that I was trading with, but I am open to doing Apex and other platforms as well. Just depending on how many of y'all engage, and just let me know what y'all want me to do. Right. So for right now, I'm only doing TouchStep because that's the main one I know, and that's what I've been seeing. What the views are showing, which one is the most relevant that people want to see. Now, if you want me to do another one, I might consider it. I might look into it. Right. So Monday, tomorrow, though, the new video I'm dropping tomorrow is going to actually be one of my strategies that I use consistently to pass challenges. This strategy will be catered more towards passing it in a faster rate. Is my scalping strategy. I'm talking about looking to catch trades like $1,200, $1,500 trades, being able to pass challenges within 1 to 2 days. For some people, this might be unrealistic, or you might feel like, oh, dang, like, why are you trying to trade so aggressive? Somebody said on TikTok one time, and I was like, you know what, that's smart. Like, he's like, basically, if you got a winning strategy, you know you got your winning strategy. Why am I taking all day on the combine? I'm not gonna get paid for the combine, so why am I taking all day to pass a trade on the combine when I have a winning strategy? So if I focus up two $1,500 trading days, boom, I'm done my combine. I can hurry up and activate my express and really get into the bag. Or even if I don't even want to rush, right? So I have a combine that I passed last week. I might not even start it on Monday. I might start Tuesday. I might start it Wednesday, depending on how the volatility is looking on the charts, and depending on if my setup is there for me to be wanting to, like, you know what? Now I'm patient enough to do it. And I talked about that a little bit on the first series I did on my YouTube channel when I first passed my account and got my Express account, got the whole 10K a month in 2 weeks, and then the whole 5K payout and stuff. I talked about all that in that video, but it's still the same concept, right? So without further ado, though, let's go ahead and switch over to the charts, and I'm gonna get into what exactly am I looking for this week, and kind of like what is my thought process on weeks when we have a lot of volatile news dropping on the charts. All right, let's get it. All right, let's get straight into it. And I think I'm gonna start off with Nas, and I'm gonna just go to US 30. So, all right. So for starters, like I said, whenever there is main news, like whenever we got like a high folder news coming out, and this y'all can use this analysis for net the week after too, but I'll just set up for next Sunday. But for right now, we have core CPI, monthly and yearly, Empire State Manufacturing. We have CPI, more core PPI, CPI for if you trade the GBP pairs, CPI to the yearly unemployment rate claims. I'm tripping right now. Unemployment claims, but it say unemployment rate. Unemployment rate for AUD. This is for people that trade gold. This is gonna affect gold on Wednesday. Thursday, more GBP news, along with core retail sales. These are all like literally Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday should be big trading days. This should be days you guys can be passing accountants. These are days you guys can be maximizing your personal accounts, scaling up on the personal accounts, and just using not only just proper risk management, but also the risk to reward should be way greater and bigger. Now, how I go about that whenever I have main news or like big news like the CPIs and core PPIs and retail sales, these are my news that I'm expecting to be at major levels. It's always magically, you're always somehow at a key level on the charts. You're always somehow at like a 4 hour resistance or a 4 hour opportunity or a 4 hour setup that's getting ready to come. As you can see, where are we at on NAS 100? When we come to 4 hour on NAS, we're already above the resistance. We're actually at a new high on NAS 100. When we come look at US 30, US 30 is already at a previous resistance structure. My fault, I'm not saying like that, but a main high resistance for US 30. When I come to, I forgot, I'm only focusing on these two. This one's swing trading pair right here. But when we look at both of these pairs right here, US 30 and NAS, right? These are all at key levels. So what news is coming out, how I go about trading, how I go about looking, or what I'm anticipating for the week, I'm not expecting small moves. I'm expecting big swing opportunities, aka big moves at key levels. So what does that mean? What am I looking for? I'm expecting 4 hour higher lows, 4 hour support structures to be tested this week. I'm expecting, if I look at NAS, well, not so not. So if I'm looking at NAS, I'm expecting some form of full retest here to confirm that you're going bearish or that you're confirming that you're going for the buys. And then once you give me next full retest, then I'm expecting continuation for the longs, for the continuation for the buys, right? Some people may say like, oh, the market should be taking off for the buys. It should be breaking out and going for new highs. That's a possibility too. But the only data that I have right now is based off of where we are currently, which is already telling me what this is our high. This is a key higher low. Technically, and like I said, I look for main key points. This is the higher low level that is before this one, but this is why I'm expecting it to just like melt and just do its thing. Like Monday, I wouldn't be surprised if the market like sets us up for the rest of the week, which would be giving us like a momentum push down to this key level. And we're seeing a lot of people take buys off of the support structure. Honestly, I am one of those people. I will definitely be looking for the buys off of this price action level at 22,416, right? That'd be like a buy area of interest for me. And if it's not for you, at least if you want to wait, like let it bounce off of this price. And if it closes back above this zone, you can look to take buys back to around 22,635-ish. And then vice versa. If it goes from the highs, then you hold. But if it comes back to 22,636, let me get rid of this. All right, so let's say it does take off for the buys. Boom. Mind you, I'm in that support entry, catching a full buy swing, and it fails to close higher. Then this is the start of our downtrend, right? Because if it fails to close higher and it starts to reject and sell off, it's starting to create a lower high structure. And as it continues to break these structures and continue to like go lower highs and lower lows, that's how we know when it's time to start looking for our downtrends. But, right, before we get ahead of ourselves, what will most likely happen? What would the most likely play be? Most likely would be 4 retests to the support structure and then continuation for the buys, or 4 retests to the support structure and at least a retest back to the structure right here, which should still be a winning trade because from here to here, see, 200 points, right? This is easily a 5K day, 3,500 day. Let me see if I can do the math on it right quick. Let me see. If I go to NQ real quick and show y'all real fast, let's delete all this because we're not training right now. 15 minutes. I said, what was the key level I said? This support structure down here, right? So if I'm expecting this to get hit and then TP from here to just retest that previous zone structure, 200 points, right? I just want y'all to see why I don't mind being patient this week for my opportunity. So I'm gonna go ahead and rewind this chart, and I'm gonna like anticipate the same attack play, right? So I'm off of this support entry. Let's say I'm gonna just say I do a one contract. I'm not even gonna do two contracts. My buy entry is right here. Your TP is right here. So look, literally, this is a $4,000 trade. Usually I trade with a two contract. So for me, this is an $8,000 day on the charts, just catching a full swing. And this is the same exact scenario as I fast forward and exit out of this. When we talk about, okay, what am I looking for this week on Nas? This is that same exact approach, right? It's test book. Full retest here, I take buys here. If for whatever reason, Monday happens and the market doesn't break out and come here all the way down here, and instead it just respects this level, then of course I will just adjust and look to buy around here or take buys once it closes officially up in here. But if I'm going based off of how I usually trade when we talk about higher time frames and the bigger news that's coming out, the manipulation that happens on the charts thousands of times is going to wipe through this higher low. We're going to see price pump right here, and then we should be looking to take buys right here. Or I'm going to give y'all an even bigger one. They know everybody and their mother is going to be looking for buys right here, so they're going to pump the price outside of this zone a little bit, push to hit everybody's stop loss with all the stop loss out. Is going to be what I like to call a fake breakout and shameless plug. I talk about that in my book, Art of a Sniper, right? Shameless plug. Sorry about that. But after we get the fake breakout, then we should be seeing Nas come back inside the zone once again. Still look for that same buy setup and then going for the full reversals. So that's Nas 100. And really, the way I just broke that down is it should be exactly the same approach on US 30. The only reason why it's not is because US 30 isn't that far from its support. So for me, it's weird looking at this because I can count this as a higher low right here. This is the last pullback before the bullish candlesticks that took over. So this could be a range of interest, or we could take it all the way back to this wick right here. And both of them is valid. So both of them I could see sell-off pumping. And then all of a sudden we see US 30 bounce off of this price. Give us either a lower high, and then we'll look to take sales right here. But if it fails to close lower than here, then we know this is just a retest before it continues again for the buys back to the high. Now, say even though it's kind of like similar to the analysis I wanted on Nas, I predicted a while ago that I wanted to see US 30 push back to 45,000, right? Because as y'all already know, this is where the high is at. Technically, the high is all the way up here. All I wanted was 45,000, but the full retest to be 45,050. If there is any week for US 30 to give us that, or let me rephrase this, if there's any month for US 30 to do that, as of right now, since we're already so close to it and we have these volatile news coming out, I will not be surprised if between this week and the next week we see the market push up to 45,000. Whether that be we finally get this push down here first and then they just buy the rest of the week, or we see something along the lines of just push here and then once again buy the rest of the week. Or the third option would be technically, I'm just running through scenarios right now. The third option would be Monday or tonight. Let's say London session opens up, and throughout London session tonight, it just bounces and take off for buys from new highs from London into New York, and we see price hit the 45,000 mark. And then New York session tomorrow, we'll be looking for sell-offs. So that's kind of like my three scenarios. But my preferred main type of move that I'm looking for, what I'm going to be favoring, will be full retest back to this higher low structure or a fake push down here. And then we look for buys bouncing off of this structure back to the top. And since we day trade, since we swing trade, since we take advantage of both sides of the markets, yes, if the opportunity is there for me, for my setup, for my sell entry setups that I look for, I will take the sales back down to these higher lows on US 30. I will take the sales setup to Nas back down to this higher low. And then if the buys is ready, I will take the buys. If not, I'm not going to rush the buys. I would just happily make my money off the sales for the day and I will literally lock my account and just be done for the day and save and just chill until the next trade of the day. That's how we protect capital. That's how we remain disciplined on the charts. So that is my Abe analysis for the week. Hope you guys enjoy it. I probably will be updating you guys on TikTok. So if you want to see like daily updates about it, check me out on there. And then feel free to leave any questions or comments or concerns that you may have in the video. Well, in the comment section down below. I just leave a like for you, boy. All right. Catch y'all tomorrow for the first Funded Academy series where I'm going over my scalper strategy.